What if I told you that Rory McIlroy actually lifts his heel in his backswing? Would you believe me? Let's find out. Throughout the history of the game, we've seen some of the greats like Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer lift their lead heel off the ground in an effort to create a much bigger turn in the backswing. More recently, players like Bubba Watson and Justin Thomas are starting to implement this back into the game. Not only does it help us create a much bigger turn in the backswing, but it can tell a lot about if our timing or our sequencing is correct. If you get to the top of your swing and we see that lead heel replant towards the target, so the heel is getting closer to the target, that's a sign that we're getting to our lead side in time. If we go to the top of our swing and we see that lead heel work back or replant away from the target, that's a sign that we're not getting to our lead side in time. Now, through my observations, I've observed three types of players, and we're gonna put them into three different buckets. So we have the guys like the Bubba Watson and the Justin Thomas, where it's much more obvious. That foot is getting off the ground pretty significant. That's going to be pretty easy to determine if that heel is actually replanting forward, therefore determining if they're getting to the lead side in time. Now, the flip side of the spectrum, we have players whose foots don't get off the ground at all, okay? So in that case, it might be a little bit harder to visually determine if they're getting to the lead side in time. It might require more in-depth looking at pressure plates. And the third type of player is the hybrid of both of those. So they keep their foot on the ground for most of the backswing, and then right through the transition, we might see a little bit of a move towards the target. The player I'm gonna use as this example is Rory McIlroy. So I asked you at the start of the video, does Rory lift his heel? And the answer is yes. So we're gonna pop up the rear view, and you can see that Rory makes a big shift off the ball. As he gets to the end of his backswing, his right hip has more of a late recentering move, and that lead heel gets airborne, moving in the direction of the target. So because it landed forward, we can assume that he's getting to his lead side in time. A great way to work on this is to grab a tee. We're gonna set this up just outside our left heel, like that. Get set up, and we're gonna run through a little sequencing drill. So we're gonna make our shift to our right. We're gonna wind up to the top. Okay, as the right hip works back, I should feel that left heel actually hammer that tee into the ground. From there, I can turn and rotate as hard as I want. But ultimately, if we can get that lead heel working ever so slightly towards the target, that's a great sign that we're getting to our lead side early enough in our transition. For other videos on improving your golf swing, head over to HITBOMBS.com and check out one of our training blueprints that will not only get you swinging it better, will get you swinging it much faster in the process. We'll see you next time.